Did a single face really change the fate of an entire luxury resort? Did one name quietly move billions of won without a single press conference? And why did analysts suddenly circle 1 month on their charts as if they had uncovered a hidden code? When Paradise City's January 2026 numbers surfaced, even seasoned market watchers paused, reread the report, and asked the same question in disbelief. How did this happen so fast? And why does BTS V's name keep appearing between the lines? On February 4th, 2026, Hanwha Investment and Securities released a research report that instantly sent ripples through South Korea's finance and entertainment sectors. The document was clinical in tone, precise in data, and restrained in language, yet behind the numbers was a story charged with surprise and emotion. Paradise City, the integrated resort long known as a steady but cyclical performer, had just recorded the highest monthly revenue in its history. January 2026 closed with casino sales reaching an astonishing 94.3 billion KRW, a figure that surpassed every previous monthly record since the resort opened its doors. Analysts did not hesitate to underline the core driver behind this unexpected surge. The report pointed directly to the powerful advertising impact of BTS member Kim Taehyung, globally known as V, whose presence in Paradise City's recent campaigns was described as a decisive catalyst. The market reaction was immediate, but the questions lingered. Was this merely a seasonal rebound amplified by marketing, or did it signal a deeper shift in how star power translates into tangible financial performance? Could one global icon truly pull international high rollers, casual tourists, and curious first-timers into a casino complex at a scale measurable in tens of billions of won? And perhaps most intriguingly, what does this moment reveal about the evolving relationship between K-pop influence and Korea's high-end tourism industry? To understand why January 2026 became a historic month for Paradise City, one must first look back at the resort's journey. Located near Incheon International Airport, Paradise City was designed as more than a casino. From its opening, it positioned itself as a luxury cultural hub, combining gaming, art installations, 5-star hotels, fine dining, and entertainment venues. Yet despite its ambition, the resort faced familiar challenges. The pandemic years disrupted travel flows, and the recovery phase was marked by uneven tourist returns, regulatory constraints, and fierce competition from other Asian gaming destinations. By late 2024 and throughout 2025, Paradise City showed signs of stabilization rather than explosive growth. Monthly revenues recovered steadily, but records remained untouched. Analysts generally categorized the resort as a reliable performer with limited upside surprises. That narrative changed dramatically at the start of 2026. January is traditionally a strong month for casinos due to holiday travel and New Year festivities, but even optimistic forecasts did not predict what followed. According to the Hanwha Investment and Securities report, Paradise City's casino sales alone reached 94.3 billion KRW in January 2026, marking the highest monthly figure in the resort's history. The report emphasized that this was not a marginal improvement, but a significant leap compared to both January 2025 and the previous record months. Behind the data, the analysts highlighted a key factor that distinguished January 2026 from earlier peaks. The timing coincided with the full-scale rollout of Paradise City's advertising campaign featuring BTS V. Unlike conventional celebrity endorsements, this campaign leveraged V's global recognition, artistic image, and emotional appeal in a way that resonated beyond typical casino demographics. The report carefully avoided sensational language, yet its conclusion was clear. V's advertising impact played a central role in driving both foot traffic and high-value casino play. This conclusion sparked intense discussion. Skeptics questioned whether attributing such a massive revenue jump to a single endorser oversimplified complex market dynamics. Supporters pointed to patterns seen in luxury fashion, tourism, and consumer goods, where V's endorsements repeatedly resulted in sold-out products and measurable spikes in brand engagement. Paradise City, they argued, was simply the latest example, albeit on a much larger financial scale. What makes this case particularly compelling is the nature of the casino industry itself. Casino revenues are not driven solely by impulse purchases or fan-driven buying behavior. They depend on sustained engagement, high-stakes play, and the presence of customers willing to spend significant sums over extended periods. The idea that a K-pop artist could influence this environment challenged long-standing assumptions about celebrity marketing limits. Yet when examining Paradise City's campaign strategy, the logic becomes clearer. The resort did not merely place V's image on billboards or run generic commercials. Instead, it crafted a narrative of refined luxury, global culture, and emotional escapism, all embodied by V's public persona. Known for his artistic depth, sophistication, and international appeal, V aligned seamlessly with Paradise City's brand identity. For international tourists, particularly from Japan, Southeast Asia, and China, the campaign transformed the resort into a must-visit cultural destination rather than just a gambling venue. According to industry insiders, January 2026 saw a noticeable increase in overseas visitors, many of whom cited the Paradise City campaign as a motivating factor. While the Hanwha report focused primarily on financial data, it referenced broader indicators such as increased hotel occupancy rates, higher average casino spending per visitor, and longer stays. These factors combined to create a revenue environment that exceeded expectations. Emotionally, the moment carried weight not only for Paradise City executives, but also for fans and observers of BTS V's career. For years, fans celebrated his influence through sold-out fashion items, trending social media campaigns, and record-breaking music releases. January 2026 offered a different kind of validation, one grounded in cold, hard numbers from the financial sector. Seeing a respected investment firm explicitly credit V's advertising impact in a formal research report felt, to many, like a turning point. It suggested that his influence had crossed from pop culture metrics into institutional recognition. The surprise did not stop at the headline number. Analysts noted that the revenue spike occurred despite relatively stable macroeconomic conditions. There were no major regulatory changes, no sudden easing of travel restrictions, and no extraordinary external events that could fully explain the surge. This reinforced the argument that marketing effectiveness, rather than external luck, played a decisive role. Hanwha Investment and Securities framed the result as evidence of Paradise City's successful brand repositioning. By associating with a global cultural icon, the resort managed to refresh its image and attract a broader, younger, and more international audience. The report hinted that this strategy could have lasting effects beyond January, potentially elevating Paradise City's baseline performance for months to come. Still, questions remain. Can such a high level of performance be sustained? Or was January 2026 a once-in-a-lifetime convergence of timing, star power, and seasonal demand? Will future campaigns replicate the same emotional resonance? Or has the market already absorbed the impact? These uncertainties keep investors and analysts watching closely. From a broader perspective, the Paradise City case illustrates a growing convergence between entertainment influence and traditional industries. K-pop artists, once seen primarily as music performers, have evolved into multi-dimensional cultural assets capable of shaping consumer behavior across sectors. V's involvement with Paradise City demonstrates how this influence can extend into areas previously considered resistant to pop-driven marketing. There is also a symbolic dimension to the story. Paradise City's record-breaking month arrived at a time when South Korea continues to position itself as a global cultural powerhouse. The success reinforces the idea that Korean cultural exports do not merely generate soft power, but can deliver measurable economic returns within the country itself. In this sense, January 2026 was not just a financial milestone for a single resort, but a case study in how cultural capital translates into domestic economic growth. For Paradise City, the emotional impact was evident in subtle ways. Industry sources reported a renewed sense of confidence within the organization, with executives viewing the January results as validation of bold marketing decisions that initially faced skepticism. Choosing a K-pop artist as the face of a luxury casino was not an obvious move, and the success of the campaign has already sparked discussions across the hospitality and gaming sectors about rethinking traditional endorsement strategies. For V, the moment added another layer to an already multifaceted career. Beyond music charts and fashion headlines, his name now appears in financial analyses and investment reports. This crossover carries symbolic weight, suggesting a level of influence that transcends fandom and enters the realm of economic impact.